MARIKYUUN is known for her artwork's big eyes, cute characters, and bright colors. Her style is very unique, and that's why I've spent hours upon hours of time studying her to figure out how she draws this, and how you can too. You guys asked for a more in-depth version of the video I made last week, so here it is. And like before, here are the times for each section of the video. And I'll leave the link to the first video in the description, so just in case you missed it, make sure to watch that one first. We ended last week's video discussing proportions, so let's begin this one by diving deeper into MARIKYUUN's proportions. The shape of the head can be split into these shapes, the circle head shape, and then this really weird shape here. It's like a lopsided oval, or like a potato. And first off, the ears are a bit lower on the head than usual, and you can see right here they extend to this part right before it curves into the cheek. And now let's go over the facial proportions. This is going to go by pretty quickly, so make sure you write this down or something. The top of the ears lines up with the half point of the eye. The bottom of the eye lines up with the end of the inside ear line here. The nose is directly underneath the line going across from the bottom of the eyes. The top part of the mouth typically lines up with the bottom ear line. And finally, the eyebrows are just above the bottom line of the bangs. Now for body proportions. Here we have a full body illustration of MARIKYUUN's, and we're going to use this to analyze body proportions. So I'm going to select the head here and drag it across the canvas over here. Then I'll copy it again and over until it stacks up into a vertical line that stretches across the length of the entire body. So by doing that, we can see that her characters are typically 4 1/4 heads tall. And now we'll draw lines across to section them off. So the first line, of course, goes across the chin area. The next one is just above the hip area. The third line goes below the knees, which are really low compared to most art styles. And the last line goes across the bottom part of the shoes. So I'm going to go over a couple basics of the body proportions she draws to help you a little more. And like before, make sure to write these notes down so you don't forget them. So the arms and legs are much longer than the standard arm and leg length. And like I mentioned before, the knees are going to be further down than usual. The feet are on the bigger side, the necks are on the thinner side, and the heads are on the bigger side. Oh, and so are the hands. And I would just draw the basic shapes over some of her characters like I'm doing here to get a better feel for the proportional rules. And I know a lot of you wanted to know how she does her lighting like this, so that's what I'm going to be going over right now. So I played the video of her making the art of 𝚲𝚤 I'm showing right now, and she mentions using the same method she used for a tutorial video she made. So I checked that out, and here's my quick breakdown of it. It's actually pretty similar to the method I taught in one of my previous videos if you remember it, with just a few variations. But anyway, she starts by making a new layer on top of the character, and she fills it with a light grayish purple. Then she says that she clips it to the character and sets it to multiply. It should look like this so far. And then she says she erases parts of that layer where she wants the light to be. There's no linear method for doing this, so just try to be creative and make sure it looks good. Next, Mari will take an airbrush and an orange color and lightly go around the places where she erased to give it a glow effect. Then she does the same thing but with a bluish color, and in the areas opposite to the erased parts. After that, she mentions changing the line art colors to make them lighter in the areas of light. And finally, she uses an airbrush set to the background color and lightly goes over some of the edges to fade the character out a bit, and then blurs the whole thing very slightly. And to finish her illustrations out, I believe she'll use curves to edit the colors to her liking, and use other effects you might have in your softwares to enhance the drawing. I've seen Gaussian blur used, and I think she might use glitch effects, screen tones, and other tools. By the way, if there's an artist you want me to make a style study of, be sure to let me know in the comments, and I'll check out their accounts. And if you want to know how to draw like another skilled artist named 𝚲𝚤, whose art style looks like this, make sure to click the video at the top right of the screen.